Well, that was a much more fun game to watch, wasn't it? You know, we have less than 20 games to go. If they could sprinkle in some of these types of games, it'll help it go by a lot faster. The last couple of games have been very painful to watch. Then you just look at the schedule, like, how much more games do we got? Like, holy crap. But they go out there today against the Mets with Chris Bassitt facing his former team and beat the Mets 6-2 at Rogers Center tonight. And boy, it looked like a sparse crowd there tonight. Yeah, 28,000 it says on the score app here. I don't know if I even believe that, but it's below 30 and it kind of feels that way. And it makes sense. You're 8 games under 500. You're out of the playoffs. You're no good. It's not very appetizing to look at other than Vladdy. Yeah. But Spencer Horwitz is making a case for that as well. And we'll get into him in a second here. Top half of the first inning, really the only trouble that Chris Bassitt was in today. A lot of soft line drive single from Brandon Nimmo up the middle. Francisco Lindor comes in to score. And they lead at 1-0. But then the bottom half of the second inning, the Blue Jays get on the board. It starts with Ernie Clement getting on base with an error. You know, Mark Vientos just bobbled it. It was on the transfer. He's kind of fired it up in the air like he clearly didn't get a grip on the ball. So he's safe. And Spencer Horwitz, who had a great day against left-handed pitching, draws a walk. Ernie ends up at third base on the play. And we're like, ends up at third base. Anyways, it was first and third, I guess, at this point. I can't remember. It was the second inning of this freaking ball game. And David Schneider strikes it. Like, okay, well, that sucks, right? First and third, nobody out. Yeah, it's kind of stupid. Or with 2 out, it's kind of over. But Leo Jimenez hits a soft line drive single to left center field, scoring Ernie Clement. The Blue Jays have tied the game at 1. Good stuff. And we keep moving. Bottom half of the third inning is when the Blue Jays really do their damage. As Dalton Varsho gets the infield bunt single. Don't you love it? Bunts it just past the pitcher. The pitcher still has to field it. And David Peterson tried the glove flip. Flipped it wide of the first baseman. Varsho takes off for second. He's safe there. So he's at second base with nobody out. Vladdy grounds out, but Varsho moves up to third base. You have a guy at third with 1 out. What can you do? Alejandro Kirk, gotta say, beautiful swing. Line drive to right field for a double. Barely got there, but hey, who cares? It's an RBI double for Kirky. Jays now lead it. It's 2-1. Then Ernie Clement hits a single, but on that play, it looked like Jesse Winker might have made the catch, so Kirky has to hold up at second base, and he ain't going to third. So it's first and second now. The Blue Jays got with only 1 away, and Spencer Horwitz pops out. But then Davis Schneider comes up. And look, I liked the story last year, and I love this hit here. But let's not kid ourselves. He's been pretty pathetic to watch for a very long time now. However, he drives a ball to center field. And it hits right at the base of the wall. So it kind of, not that it gets stuck, but it deadens the baseball. So it doesn't bounce off the wall or bounce back to the outfielder. No, it stays right on the warning track. So I think it was Brandon Nimmo or whoever the hell was playing center field. Has to pick up the ball and fire it in. So with that being the case, Kirky scores. Clement scores. Davis Schneider with a 2-run triple to break this game open. It's now what is it now? 3-1 Blue Jays? No, 5-1 Blue Jays lead? Hell yeah. Great job from Davis Schneider. He desperately needed that. I know, so it was 4-1 at that point. Right, because, of course, Leo Jimenez gets hit by a pitch. But then Joey Loperfido, I got to say, against the lefty, really good job. Fastball away. He takes it the other way with a line drive single to left center field. Davis Schneider comes in to score. Now the Jays lead it 5-1. You know, I'd much prefer myself getting screwed up when it comes to scores when they've scored a lot. So a 4-run inning, I'm totally okay with getting screwed up. Completely fine with it. Anyways, top of the 7th inning, Alejandro Kirk had a tough inning. Just kind of like Brian Serven yesterday. Couple pass balls in the inning. Not great. And that's how Jose Iglesias scores. It was on a pass ball from Alejandro Kirk. It just clanks off his glove. It's one that 99.9% out of 100, he makes that play. He catches the freaking baseball. But on that .1, yeah, it went off his glove. And of course, guys at third base, so that's how they score that run, making it 5-2. 2. But in the bottom half of the 7th inning with Ernie Clement on, 2 runs scored. 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 Spencer Horwitz, again, facing a lefty, drives one to right field, and I think he might have thought he got it because he had to boogie. It one hops off the wall. DJ Stewart fires it into second base, but Spencer Horwitz is safe at second with an RBI double, scoring Ernie Clement and another extra base hit for Spencer Horwitz's 18th double. And just another multi-hit game. Got on base 3 times. I believe all of them against lefties. Maybe one against Brazoban, maybe. I can't remember if he had an at-bat against him. But regardless, 3 of his 4 at-bats were against lefties. So great job from Spencer. He was great today. Now, the Blue Jays do win that one. Obviously, 6-2. Out-hit the Mets by double. 12-6 in the ball game. Didn't commit an error. Thank God. And offensively, what do we got? Well, a bunch of 1-1s across the board until you get to Ernie Clement, who went 2 for 4, 3 runs scored in the ball game. And of course, like I mentioned, Spencer Horwitz, 2 for 3 with an RBI, with the walk. He's hitting .278 with a .364 on base, guys. And going into play today, he had an .826 OPS. That's just going to go north .830 after today. And this is in half a season, right? Going into play today, he had played 81 games. That is exactly half of 162. So, finally, get math right for once. Anyways, he's played over half a season in the big leagues. He's over 300 plate appearances. Now, I don't want to say this is 100% legit what he's going to be for his entire career because we've seen how great second halves of seasons doesn't always mean anything. We saw it with Davis Schneider. We've seen it with all kinds of other players in the past. But the approach has not changed from Spencer Horwitz day in, day out, and you love to see it. I'm loving it. And especially with a lefty bat, you can kind of pencil him down as one of the everyday guys next year for the Blue Jays. And if he can start hitting lefties like he did today, God, it makes it a no-brainer. So it's very, very, very fun to watch. And obviously, Davis Schneider went 1 for 4, but he had a 2-run triple, scored a run as well, did strike out twice. But Leo Jimenez, my God, have a day. How many times he fouled the ball off himself, got hit by a pitch, went 1 for 2 with an RBI and walked once, and also got hit by a pitch and hit himself with a foul ball. Just to have a day. And he's been hit so damn much recently. It's nuts. And Joey Loperfido had a good day in the 9-hole. 2 for 4 with an RBI. One of his hits was a double. So if you look at his numbers as a Blue Jay, I like to compare that to his numbers as an Astro real quickly here for you guys. It's very similar. He's hitting .222 going into play today with a .260 on base, a .654 OPS. It's going to go up today, obviously, with a double as well. Yeah, I mean, you're kind of getting the same sort of guys you did in Houston. Now, I'm curious how next season looks for Joey, right? Because you have the Blue Jays staff with him for an entire offseason. They'll have a plan. They'll make some adjustments, and then we'll see what happens, right? So this is his first year in the big leagues. Can't dwell on it too much. 12 hits for the Blue Jays, struck out 5 times and walked 4. And Chris Bassitt, you get the offense, you get the 12 hits and 6 runs. That's what we're going to talk about. But Chris Bassitt was great. After the first inning, he was ridiculous. I think 3 of the 5 hits he allowed were in the first inning alone. 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 8 punch-outs, and walked 1. He was great all game long. And is that back-to-back starts now for Chris Bassitt? That's been pretty good for him. Philly was 5 1/3 of 3-run baseball, 2 homers. Not great. But his previous outing against the Red Sox was very good. So he's been okay recently, but 2 of his last 3 starts have been fantastic. So Brendan Little went 1/3 of an inning, allowed a hit, a run, and a walk, unfortunately. But then Zach Pop, 2 through. Holy smokes, what just happened? 2/3 of an inning and had a strikeout. Henderson Cabrera, clean inning and a strikeout. And finally, Chad Green, the clean inning and a strikeout. Obviously, no save opportunity, but a clean inning and a K for him. So good stuff from the bullpen today. Nothing really to go crazy about, but he scored 6 runs, and your pitching staff gave you a good outing. You'll love to see it. On to tomorrow, the finale of this series, Sean Manaea and Bowden Francis. Weren't they supposed to pitch today? I don't know what the hell's happening, but that's the pitching matchup tomorrow. 3:07 first pitch at Rogers Center in the finale of the series. And with the Mets losing today and the Braves winning today, they've just flip-flopped each other the last 2 days, right? Because the Mets beat us yesterday and the Braves lost yesterday. So Mets jumped them by a game, but then today, Braves win, Mets lose, so they went right back to what they were. So the Blue Jays in the finale tomorrow have an opportunity to make their little stamp on their season. All right, like I mentioned, 3:07 first pitch at Rogers Center in the finale of the series before an off day where we can all just kind of chill for a minute. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the game today, because you know what? It was fun. Hit that like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What'd you like, what'd you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and of course, TikTok is down below, so follow there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Hopefully right after the game, depending on when it finishes. If it's an earlier finish, then I can do it for you. I got ball at 7. Got to be there for 6:30 or something like that. If it's a 3-hour game, I could squeak one in. But if it's anything longer, might not be able to. But you guys can be the judge of that. 3:07 first pitch at Rogers Center. Sean Manaea and Bowden Francis is the pitching matchup in the finale at Rogers Center. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game today. Talk to you guys then.